Good morning, everyone, and welcome. I'm pleased to have you here today for this presentation. We'll be exploring the important topic of CAPA, which stands for Corrective and Preventive Action, specifically in relation to NSQ, or Not of Standard Quality. Over the next few minutes, I'll walk you through the key concepts, processes, and strategies to effectively manage and improve quality standards. So, let's get started and dive into how we can ensure continuous quality enhancement in our work. So, what exactly is CAPA? Corrective and Preventive Action, or CAPA, is a fundamental part of quality management that's required by the FDA. It's not just about fixing problems as they come up. Instead, it involves a systematic process to collect and analyze information about our products and processes. By doing this, we can identify issues early and investigate the root causes thoroughly. Once we understand what's going wrong, we implement targeted actions to correct those problems and prevent them from happening again in the future. An essential part of CAPA is verifying and validating that the actions we take are actually effective, meaning we're closing the loop on continuous improvement. It's worth emphasizing that CAPA isn't just about fixing issues. It's a comprehensive, closed-loop approach to quality improvement, making sure that we're not only addressing current problems, but also preventing future ones. This systematic approach aligns with regulatory requirements like FDA 21 CFR Part 820.1 and the Quality Management System Regulation, or QMSR, reinforcing its importance in maintaining high standards across our operations. Today, I want to talk about the FDA quality system rules. Historically, these regulations have been governed under 21 CFR Part 820, which is known as the Quality System Regulation. This has been the foundation for ensuring that medical device manufacturers maintain quality and safety in their processes. However, there's an important update coming into effect on February 2, 2026. The regulations will be updated and renamed as the Quality Management System Regulation, or QMSR. This new regulation will incorporate principles from ISO 13485-2016 by reference, aligning FDA requirements more closely with international standards. One key point to highlight is that CAPA, which stands for Corrective and Preventive Actions, remains a fundamental component within this new QMSR framework. It underscores how vital it is to have a robust process for identifying and addressing issues to maintain quality and compliance. Overall, these changes reflect a move towards a more harmonized and modernized approach to quality management in the medical device industry, emphasizing continuous improvement and risk-based thinking. This is a crucial part of the overall theme of ensuring safety, effectiveness, and regulatory compliance in our industry. Let's take a closer look at the role of CAPA in managing NSQ, or non-conforming products. When we talk about NSQ, we're referring to situations where a pharmaceutical product doesn't meet the established quality standards. This is a critical concern because it directly impacts patient safety and regulatory compliance. Regulators expect us to use CAPA, corrective and preventive actions, as a key tool to address these issues. Essentially, CAPA helps us investigate why the product failed, identify the root causes, and then take effective steps to eliminate those causes. The goal is not just to fix the immediate problem, but to prevent it from happening again across all affected batches. Some common triggers for NSQ include assay failures, where the product's potency might be off, dissolution faults, which affect how the drug releases in the body, visible particulates, indicating contamination or contamination, impurities, which could compromise safety, and degradation issues where the product breaks down over time. By understanding these triggers, we can better tailor our CAPA efforts to ensure consistent quality and compliance. This approach ultimately supports our commitment to delivering safe, effective products to patients. Let's take a look at the relationship between CAPA and nonconforming products, or NSQ. When we talk about nonconforming product, as defined by 21 CFR 820.9, we're referring to products that are identified as out of specification or not meeting the required standards. Now, the key question is, when should this trigger a CAPA? There are several situations to watch for. First, if a nonconformance keeps recurring, that's a clear sign that the issue isn't just a one-off. Second, if we notice trends suggesting systemic problems across multiple batches or processes, that's another red flag. Third, high-risk NSQ incidents, which could potentially impact patient safety or regulatory compliance, should definitely trigger a CAPA. And finally, regulatory findings during inspections often highlight issues that require formal corrective and preventive actions. It's important to remember that nonconformance analysis and CAPA are linked, but are distinct processes. Analyzing nonconformance helps us understand the root cause, but implementing CAPA ensures we address the underlying problem effectively to prevent recurrence. Ultimately, recognizing these triggers helps us maintain product quality, ensure compliance, and uphold safety standards throughout our operations. Let's take a closer look at the purpose of CAPA, which aligns closely with regulatory objectives. First, it's about eliminating the causes of existing quality problems, which we refer to as corrective action. This step is crucial because it helps us address issues directly at their source and prevent recurrence. Second, CAPA also aims to prevent potential quality problems through preventive action. This proactive approach is about identifying possible risks before they impact product quality. Another key point is verifying that the actions we implement are actually effective. We need to ensure these actions improve quality without negatively affecting product safety or performance. This validation step is vital to maintaining trust and compliance. Finally, CAPA emphasizes the importance of thorough documentation, clear communication, and active management involvement. These elements are considered essential within the quality management system, especially according to FDA CAPA inspection guidance. Together, these components form a comprehensive framework that helps us continuously improve quality and meet regulatory standards effectively. Now, let's take a closer look at the FDA CAPA procedural requirements. First, it's essential that manufacturers identify the sources of any product or quality problems. This means we need to pinpoint exactly where issues are originating from. Once we've identified these sources, the next step is to analyze data related to these problems. This helps us understand the scope and potential causes. Following data analysis, we must investigate thoroughly to determine the root causes of the issues. This is a critical step because addressing only the surface problems won't prevent recurrence. After pinpointing the root causes, we then identify appropriate corrective actions to fix the current problems and preventive actions to stop them from happening again. Before fully implementing these actions, it's important to verify and validate their effectiveness. This ensures that our solutions work as intended and truly resolve the issues. Once we've confirmed this, we implement and document the changes carefully, so there's a clear record of what was done and why. Finally, communication is key. We need to include these changes in management reviews, ensuring everyone is informed and that the CAPA process remains transparent and aligned with regulatory expectations. This comprehensive approach helps maintain high-quality standards and continuous improvement across our processes. Let's walk through the 7 key steps in the CAPA process, which is essential for maintaining and improving quality. First, we start by capturing data. This includes complaints, audit failures, and deviations. It's important to gather all relevant information up front. Next, we evaluate and analyze this quality data to identify patterns or issues that need addressing. Then, we perform a root cause analysis to understand the underlying reason behind the problem, rather than just treating the symptoms. Once we know the cause, we move on to defining a corrective and preventive action plan. This plan outlines what specific actions need to be taken to fix the issue and prevent it from recurring. Afterward, we implement these actions, making sure they are executed effectively. But our work doesn't end there. it's vital to verify and validate that our actions are actually working and achieving the desired results. Finally, we close the CAPA by documenting everything thoroughly. This includes all the actions taken and the outcomes, ensuring that the process is well controlled and transparent. These steps are interconnected and form a continuous cycle of improvement, helping us uphold high-quality standards across our operations. Let's take a closer look at some common examples of CAPA triggers. One frequent trigger is recurring NSQ test failures for dissolution. When we see these failures happen repeatedly, it signals that there might be an underlying issue that needs to be addressed. Another example is increased rejection rates in in-process checks. If more products are being rejected during manufacturing, it's a clear sign that something isn't meeting our quality standards and warrants investigation. Customer complaints about product quality are also significant triggers. When customers report issues, it's a direct indicator that a problem may exist in our process or product, requiring us to act swiftly. Supplier nonconformance trends are equally important. If we notice a pattern of suppliers providing nonconforming materials, it affects the overall quality of our products and must be investigated thoroughly. Lastly, internal audit findings can reveal weaknesses or gaps in our processes. These findings often point us toward areas needing corrective action to prevent future issues. The key point here is that each of these examples, whether test failures, rejection rates, complaints, supplier trends, or audit results, must lead us to a documented investigation and corrective actions. This structured approach ensures that we systematically address issues and continuously improve our quality system. Let's walk through a hypothetical example to illustrate how CAPA works in practice. Suppose we have a situation where a batch of tablets fails dissolution testing. The first step in the CAPA process is data review, where we examine the testing results and notice a trend of dissolution failure across multiple batches. This helps us identify that there's an underlying issue affecting product quality. Next, we perform root cause analysis, which in this case reveals a deviation in the granulation process. Identifying the root cause is crucial because it allows us to target our corrective actions effectively. For corrective actions, we might revise the process control SOPs to ensure better consistency and retrain staff to follow these updated procedures strictly. These steps help us address the immediate issue and prevent recurrence. In addition, we implement preventive actions, such as adding more process monitoring controls. This way, we can catch potential problems earlier and maintain ongoing quality. Finally, verification is essential, so we retest future batches to confirm that they've come into compliance and that our corrective and preventive measures are working. This example highlights how a structured CAPA process helps us identify issues, correct them, and prevent future problems, ultimately ensuring consistent product quality and compliance. Now, let's talk about what FDA inspectors focus on during a CAPA inspection. They look for comprehensive written CAPA procedures that cover all the necessary elements. This means your procedures should be clear, complete, and aligned with regulatory expectations. Inspectors also want to see evidence of a thorough root cause analysis. It's not enough to identify what went wrong. You need to dig deep to understand why it happened in the first place. Verification and validation records are another key area. These records demonstrate that your corrective actions are effective and that your processes are working as intended. Additionally, inspectors will review evidence showing that your actions have been designed to prevent recurrence of the issue. This is crucial for continuous improvement and compliance. Finally, they check how well your CAPA system integrates with nonconformance reporting and management reviews. A truly effective CAPA process is interconnected and supports overall quality management. Remember, these focus areas tie directly into the bigger picture of maintaining product quality and regulatory compliance, which is the core theme of this presentation. Let's take a look at some common CAPA deficiencies that we often see during FDA inspections. One frequent issue is the lack of documented procedures. Without clear, written procedures, it becomes difficult to ensure consistent handling of CAPA processes. Another key point is insufficient root cause analysis. If the root causes of problems aren't thoroughly identified, the corrective actions may only address surface issues, leading to recurring problems down the line. We also see cases where actions taken are not verified or validated. It's crucial to confirm that the corrective actions actually work and effectively prevent future issues. In addition, inadequate documentation of CAPA effectiveness is a common problem. Proper records are essential to demonstrate that the CAPA measures have achieved their intended results. Finally, there's the issue of not linking nonconformance data, such as non-specified quality issues or nonconformances, to the CAPA system. Connecting these data points helps create a comprehensive approach to quality improvement. Overall, addressing these common deficiencies is vital for maintaining compliance and ensuring a robust CAPA system that continuously improves product quality and safety. Let's talk about CAPA documentation requirements. Every CAPA event needs to be thoroughly documented, and that starts with a clear problem description along with data analysis. It's essential to explain what the issue is and how the data supports it. Next, we need to include the investigation process and identify the root cause findings. This helps ensure we're addressing the actual problem, not just the symptoms. Then, we should outline specific action plans for both corrective and preventive actions. These are the steps we'll take to fix the problem now and prevent it from happening again in the future. Following that, verifying and validating the results of these actions is crucial. This shows that our solutions are effective and have resolved the issue. We also need to document the implementation process, including any training provided to staff. Proper training ensures everyone is aligned and understands how to follow the new procedures. Finally, management review records should be included to demonstrate oversight and continuous improvement. Remember, strong documentation isn't just a best practice, it's critical during regulatory inspections. Well-maintained records demonstrate our commitment to quality and compliance, and they can make a significant difference during audits. So, thorough, accurate documentation is truly the backbone of an effective CAPA process. When it comes to best practices for CAPA compliance, the first key point is to establish clear and well-documented procedures that are integrated into your quality management system. This helps ensure consistency and clarity throughout the process. Next, it's crucial to adopt a risk-based decision-making approach, aligning with ISO 13485 principles under QMSR. This means evaluating potential risks at every step to prioritize actions effectively. Applying structured root cause analysis tools, like the 5 whys or fishbone diagrams, is also essential. These tools help us dig deeper into issues rather than just addressing surface symptoms, leading to more effective corrective actions. Cross-functional ownership is another important aspect. CAPA outcomes should involve different departments working together, ensuring accountability and comprehensive resolution. Monitoring trend data regularly allows us to anticipate issues before they escalate. By analyzing patterns, we can implement proactive measures rather than reactive ones. Finally, providing periodic training on CAPA expectations keeps everyone aligned and aware of best practices, reinforcing a culture of continuous improvement and compliance. All of these points tie back to our overall goal, maintaining the highest standards of quality and ensuring our processes support safe and effective products. For further support, please feel free to contact us. We're here to help with any questions or additional information you might need. And finally, I want to thank you all for your time and attention today. It's been a pleasure sharing this information with you, and I hope you found it valuable. Remember, we're always available to assist you as you move forward with these concepts. Thank you again.